Have you noticed this big change in AI these days? Maybe a couple of months back, maybe 1 year back, people were discussing about ChatGPT, Gemini, large language model, data generation, etc. No longer people are talking about these nowadays. Whether it is the boardroom meeting, media discussion, startup ecosystem, people talk about nowadays on AI agents. What contributed to this big shift? What are these AI agents? Why they become so important these days? And that is what we discuss in today's episode of Truly AI. At the end of this session, you will understand what is the gap AI agents trying to fill, what is the ecosystem in which AI agents could be able to work, and what make AI systems so important. I am Dr. C.B. Abraham. This is my coffee cup. If I ask AI how to make a cup of coffee, it will provide detailed step-by-step process of how to make a good cup of coffee. Yes, we could be able to follow that instruction and we could be able to get the cup of coffee. But have you noticed one thing? It is on the screen, but it has not come to the physical world. There is no water poured, there is no coffee added. In fact, it is completely empty. Whatever happened or whatever the step-by-step process given by AI is on the screen, is on the digital world, it has not come to the physical world. And that is the gap AI is trying to fill it. From the step-by-step process, AI agents could be able to do something like making a coffee and we could be able to actually taste it. And that is the gap AI agents trying to fill. Not just providing step-by-step process, but to see to it that actually get reflected in the physical world. Let me write this sentence. What can I do for? You guessed it right. What can I do for you? Why? Because most often the next most probable word is nothing but you, as we often see. This is what the conventional AI large language models do. It could be able to predict the next word based on the frequency, the probability of the occurrence of such words. Therefore, such conventional AI are good at predicting the next. But as far as the agent AI is concerned, it doesn't predict the next, but it could be able to pursue the next task. What is to be done next? Not the word, but what is the action? Even if one particular task is not fitting into the system, based on the goal, it could be able to identify some other process and correspondingly it will be able to try to reach the goal. Therefore, instead of prediction, it pursues the task in order to reach the goal. That is the basic difference between conventional AI and agent AI. Suppose you want to book a flight from Mumbai to Delhi. What are the different step-by-step process involved over there? Let us take the first thing. First, we have to search the flight. That is the first step involved, searching the flight. Second, based on the given options available, you have to select the flight based on your time, your price, preferentials, and correspondingly we select it. Once we identified or selected it, you book the flight and finally we add it to the calendar. These are the step-by-step process involved over there. Obviously, in order to do the full booking, you have to follow this step-by-step process. Searching, selecting, booking and adding to the calendar. Therefore, it is not just a memory of words, but it is a memory of intent. What is the step 1, what is the step 2, what is step 3 and what is the step 4. Of course, who is doing this? That is what make the difference. Conventional AI could be able to give this step-by-step process, but we human beings need to book the flight. But what happens in the case of agent AI? That is what we try to see in the next scene. Yes, these are the 4 different tasks to be done in order to book a flight from Mumbai to Delhi? First search, then select, book, and finally add. Then how agent could be able to do such task? For that, first task is search. For that, there are different AI tools available. That particular tool is identified and that tool could help to search for the flights. Therefore, the task of this particular agent tool is to search the flight. Once the search is done, another tool could be able to select the best possible flight based on the preferences, timing, price, corresponding to the choices of the customer. Selection is done by this particular tool. Once the selection of the flight is done, the booking could be able to be done by another tool, and this tool could be able to book the flight, and finally adding to the calendar could be able to be done by another tool. Therefore, 4 different tasks, we have 4 different tools, and by following the step-by-step process, first searching, then selection, then booking, and finally adding to the calendar with the help of respective tools, one could be able to do that particular task easily. In order to make everything very seamless, there are orchestration platforms like LangChain, Crew AI, etc. that will help to identify the respective tools, integrating the tools into the system, and in a seamless way, this task could be able to be done one after the other. If at all there are some issues involved in one particular task, the system could be able to look for other options and the goal could be able to be completed. That way, the gap between the digital world that we have seen earlier and the physical manifestation could be able to be reduced, and whatever earlier only predicted by AI could be able to be actually performed by agent AI. You may be wondering why so much of delay in performing, not just prediction. Yes, always we had the knowledge, even conventional AI had the knowledge, and correspondingly it could be able to predict it. Knowledge was always there. Then what was lacking was we wanted something more. What was that? Yes, the tools which were not available earlier, but now AI has the tools. Different tools could be able to be made available so that it could be able to delegate that work to be done by the tools. Then when we have earlier knowledge was there, now we have tools available. Knowledge plus tools could be able to provide what is the action. Therefore, this is the formula we could be able to consider. Knowledge, anyway, it was there previously too with conventional AI for prediction purpose. Knowledge was there. Along with the knowledge, we have the tools. When it is joined, we could be able to have the action. Therefore, AI agent could be able to provide the action because it could be able to have the benefit of having tools. Remember, using tools, AI agents could be able to provide the action. So, why AI agents are in use now? Knowledge was there earlier, tools were not available. Now knowledge along with the tool could be able to perform. Brain was there, now brain is joined with hands. Correspondingly, action takes place. Then if AI could be able to do all these things, then the question comes, then what is the role of human being? Yes, AI could be able to do how part of it, but the what and why part of it is to be done by human being. What is the goal? What is the direction to be provided? And who is responsible for this? And all these are decided by human being, not AI. Therefore, human being also have an important role to play even in AI agent era. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, truly AI.